Let's chat a bit about math, science, and music.
Yeah.
Because while you were a great MBA player, first year had to pass all the math courses as a math major, as I understand, from Naval Academy. So I'm trying to message now to our young people who may watch this and think about the Academy. What's your views on science, technology, engineering, and math today, and its importance to what it did for you, what it does for you as a person? You're an NBA player. Didn't need to be a math major to be an NBA player, but yet you are the great NBA player. So the question is, do all those skills come into play even when you're in the heat of battle?
Absolutely. Just the thinking process. You know, math is a great subject to help you think through issues. When you read through a problem and it gives you all the details, and you have to sort through and figure out which details are important and what are they asking for. You know, that's always the bottom line. When you get into a math problem, what's the thing I'm searching for? And I think that process kind of helped me work through a lot of things in my life. And whether it was building a basketball team, and I say, what are the things that need to change? What are my variables? How do we get to a championship? That consumes all of your mindset. You watch LeBron James or Dwayne Wade or Chris Paul, and those guys are winning a championship is the only thing that matters after a certain point. You make a little money, you get a little success. Okay, well, the epitome is being a champion. Right. And so we all have to figure that out. And I think the math background helped me to work through my issues, kind of to plan, to figure out what were the pieces that needed to come together, and just a thought process in general. It's amazing how things are interrelated, whether it's music or whether it's math. There's just something that resonates kind of through all of those things that help you to move forward in your life. So I've always been a big proponent of those subjects, and even here at my school that we built, they're major subjects. I make sure that these kids, even at 4 and 5 years old, start and get a solid foundation in music, a solid foundation in math, because I know that their minds will be able to sort through issues and work through problems.
Right. Soup, we talk about STEM all the time, but for our alumni, and you message quite a bit on this topic as you listen to David, what's your thought on the future qualities of the kind of warfare fighting young men and women that we're looking to recruit to the Academy, and how does that relate to STEM as we've just discussed?
I think we've always wanted to have mathematically savvy, technologically smart people in the fleet and in the Marine Corps, but if that were true when David graduated and when I graduated, when you graduated, just think about what it means for the future. Because the world that our children are going to inherit will most assuredly be so much more sophisticated in that realm. And so we're constantly recruiting for science, technology, engineering, and math. Of course, we do our STEM camps in the summer, in June, to be able to bring in a very select group of young men and women that are in the 8th through the 11th grade to come and use the fabulous lab facilities, which are even better than they were when we were there attending the school. We put a really world-class faculty behind that to help educate them, and just to light that spark, because I think in so many cases it's not always cool to be a math major. It's not. It's not always the preferred course, because a lot of people say, "Gee, whiz, science is kind of hard. I don't know about this chemistry stuff." But if you give them the right environment, and you give them that exposure, you turn the key and unlock a door to a world that for so many of them is unforeseen. Most assuredly, our future naval professionals will require that. There's no doubt in my mind, and of course that's led to not just a tremendous engagement on science and technology at the Naval Academy, but also led us to work on cyber, because I believe that is part and parcel of this technologically sophisticated Navy that our young ensigns and second lieutenants are going to inherit.
Absolutely.
Well, so let's talk about physical mission at the Academy for a second. Here, David is a moniker for math majors around the country.
That's true.
All math majors must be athletes.
There were more math majors like David, trust me. A lot of
particularly this year, I think. But let's give people a sense of what you view as not only the physical mission component of the Naval Academy, but the kind of person and leadership exposure you're seeking to achieve with people with physical mission at the Academy. One of the things I think about, and you talk about this often, is our graduation rate in 4 years. David just talked about finishing things. Yeah. Tell folks what it's like to be an athlete at the Academy under your watch as Soup, and how you view the importance of the physical mission component.
Yeah, well, and of course you said exactly the essence of this competition. Now, the Naval Academy encourages everybody to participate. Fully a third of the brigade are varsity athletes. Not all at the same level, but that's not the important part. It's the willingness to compete, and it's that absolute drive to excel. And I believe that that's part of and should be the brand of the United States Naval Academy. We were winners when David was there. We're winners today. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have the best season, but what it means is that the students themselves and their coaches and their faculty and the staff work together in this synergistic whole that produces those people that truly have this unremitting desire to be the best. Yeah. And quite frankly, the world they're going to inherit, the Navy and Marine Corps where they will serve, they can't afford to be number 2. There's no points for second place here. Right. And through this vision of competition, you build leaders like David and like you, and quite frankly, so many of our alumni that we get to see around the country that are willing to not just stand up and be counted, but they're willing to express that vision in a way that's meaningful, both for the Naval Academy, for the Navy and the Marine Corps team, but for the nation. And I think that those long-term seeds that are planted way back when we first started at the Academy, that's the challenge, but that's the great opportunity that's afforded to every midshipman that attends the Naval Academy.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. We talk about this, but David, I'm sure you know these statistics. The Naval Academy has 32 varsity sports. We're only 4,300 people strong. We're third in the nation in terms of the total number of varsity sports. SUP graduates 98, 96, 97% of the athletes.
96% of our varsity athletes.
96% of the varsity athletes graduate in 4 years.
That's right. That's
in 4 years.
In 4 years.
That's amazing.
Not 6 years.
No, that's exactly right.
So, the Naval Academy is no small feat, right?